Hello, I'm Beth Wagner, physical therapist. Today I'm going to show you 5 fantastic exercises to correct anterior pelvic tilt. First, I'll talk a little bit about what anterior pelvic tilt is. I'll show you how to test for yourself if you have anterior pelvic tilt, and then I'll demonstrate the exercises. Anterior pelvic tilt refers to the pelvis tilting forward so that the front is far lower than the back of the pelvis. Now, a normal pelvic alignment is for the front to be just slightly lower than the back. While some people have no obvious symptoms of an anterior pelvic tilt, it is quite common to cause low back pain, hip pain, even knee pain. And ongoing anterior pelvic tilt can indirectly lead to problems all the way down the legs to the feet, and even up to the upper back and the neck. Other symptoms might include discomfort or difficulty performing everyday activities and decreased performance during sports and fitness activities. Typical causes of anterior pelvic tilt include sitting too close to the edge of the chair with excessive arch in the low back for long periods of time, as well as standing with locked knees for long periods of time. Also, any condition that causes a larger belly can contribute to anterior pelvic tilt, such as obesity or pregnancy. Anatomically, what we usually see is muscle imbalance with tightness in the hip flexors and lumbar extensor muscles, and weakness in the abdominals and the gluteal muscles. Now I'll show you how to test for yourself if you have anterior pelvic tilt. Stand in front of a full-length mirror, or at least a mirror that goes down to about the mid-thigh, in order for you to see your pelvis. Now you'll want to turn to the side so that you can see your profile. Now just stand with your normal posture. This will help you see what your pelvis alignment is when you're just standing naturally. The first step will be to place your thumb on the bony part of the back of your pelvis, below your waist and above your buttocks. This might be located just below a dimple in your pelvis. Once your thumb is on that bony point, then wrap your fingers around the side of your pelvis and keep coming forward until your index finger finds the bony bump on the front of your pelvis. It will form an angle here where the ridge of your pelvis starts to drop down into your pubic bone. So use your index finger to find that bump. And now looking in the mirror, notice where the bump on the front of your pelvis is and where the bump on the back of your pelvis is. And using the web space between your thumb and index finger, kind of draw a line between that bump on the front and the bump on the back. And this will give you an indication of your pelvic tilt. If the front bump is far below the back bump, like this, I'll accentuate it so you can really see it, that is an anterior pelvic tilt. If the front is just slightly below the back, that would be neutral tilt. You can also look for other indications of an anterior pelvic tilt, such as excessive arch in the lumbar spine and a crease in the front of the hip. Now, one important comment I want to make before I demonstrate the exercises is that for some people, an anterior pelvic tilt can be protective in the presence of a lumbar spine herniated disc. And that is because the pelvis being tipped forward accentuates the arch in the low back, and it tends to decrease the stress and strain on that injured disc. So if you have a herniated disc, be very careful. Pay close attention to your symptoms as you do these exercises. If at any time you experience sharp shooting pain in your lumbar spine or any numbness and tingling down your legs, stop right away. Then these exercises are not a good fit for you. It's normal to feel some stretch discomfort in the hip flexors, the front of the hip, and in the lumbar spine because we're going to be stretching those muscles. But you shouldn't feel any sharp shooting, stabbing pain. Now, the goal of these exercises is to address the muscle imbalance that I've already mentioned. So we're going to be strengthening the abdominal muscles and the gluteal muscles, and we're going to be stretching or lengthening, elongating the hip flexors and the lumbar spine extensors. These exercises all work together to restore proper balance between strength and flexibility of these muscle groups that surround the pelvis and help us maintain neutral alignment. Okay, the first exercise is a posture correction. So looking at your profile in the mirror again, go ahead and place your fingers on the side of your pelvis, roughly so that your web space runs along the top of the ridge of your pelvis, roughly in line with the index finger on the bony point in the front and your thumb on the bony point in the back. Now, noticing your tilt, let's see if we can correct that by drawing the belly button up and in, firming up the abdominals, and tightening the gluteal muscles. If you can imagine your pelvis as a fishbowl full of water, we want to try to tip the water out the back of the pelvis. So we want to lift the front of the pelvis and lower the back of the pelvis. Practice this for a couple of minutes, seeing if you can engage the abdominals and the gluteal muscles to tip your pelvis backward. After a few minutes practice, move on to the second exercise. The next exercise is posterior pelvic tilt. Start by lying on your back with your feet flat on the surface, about hips distance apart. Keep your knees in line with your hips and feet. Allow your arms to rest comfortably by your side. You can use either a thin pillow or no pillow at all, whatever you're most comfortable with. Now engage the muscles in your lower abdomen, the deep abdominal muscles, by bringing your belly button in toward your spine. Think of an elevator deep in your pelvis that is lifting up. So these muscles deep in your abdomen will lift up, bringing your belly button toward your spine and elevating the front of your pelvis. We want to flatten the curve in the lumbar spine and bring the small of the back down toward the surface. Now continue pulling the abdomen in, firming up those muscles, and flattening your back down into the table. Continue to breathe. Not a deep breath, just a medium depth breath. Hold the posterior pelvic tilt for 5 seconds and then slowly release. Come back to the starting position, allowing your back to arch just the natural amount that you have when you're in this position. And again, as you exhale, firm up the muscles, bring your belly toward your spine, flatten the curve, press your back down into the table, into the surface. Continue breathing while you hold the pelvic tilt for 5 seconds. And slowly release. Perform 30 repetitions of the posterior pelvic tilt. The next exercise is posterior pelvic tilt with a bridge. It's very important that you've been able to do the posterior pelvic tilt before moving on to the bridge. Keep practicing the posterior pelvic tilt until you're able to feel the small of your back pressing down into the surface. And you feel activation of these muscles deep in the abdomen. Okay, the posterior pelvic tilt with bridge. When adding the bridge, I recommend not using any type of pillow support. Have your head flat on the surface. Start by engaging the abdominals to flatten your back against the surface. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. Now, continuing to breathe while keeping your pelvis tilted posteriorly. Now, engage your gluteal muscles deep in your buttocks and lift your hips up in the air, maintaining the posterior pelvic tilt. Lift your hips up as high as you can go while maintaining that posterior pelvic tilt. Keep the abs engaged, keep your pelvis rolled back, keep your glutes engaged. Pause and then lower one vertebra at a time, rolling your back down to the starting position and then release the posterior pelvic tilt. Rest for a moment and repeat. As you exhale, roll your pelvis back, engaging the abdominals, then engage the glutes and the buttocks, and lift your hips up. Keep the motion slow and steady. Pause at the top, and slowly roll back down, one vertebra at a time, to the resting position. Pause. On your next exhale, engage the abdominals and then the glutes. Tilt the pelvis back and lift your hips. Keep the motion slow and smooth. And slowly lower with control, keeping the pelvic tilt. And then rest. Continue 30 repetitions. Start with what you feel comfortable doing and gradually build up as you practice these exercises session by session. Next exercise is double knees to chest. Start by lifting one leg up toward your chest and then bring the other leg up to meet it. Give your legs a hug. You can rock slightly back and forth if that feels comfortable for you. You should feel a nice stretch in your low back. Keep breathing and hold the double knees to chest position for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, slowly lower one leg at a time. I'll start with my right leg. Keeping the left knee into my chest, slowly lower the right leg. Let your heel slide out on the surface. And then rest here. If your hip flexors are particularly tight, you'll likely feel a stretch through the front of your hip in this position. Relax in this stretch for 30 seconds, continuing to breathe naturally. Use your right arm to help lift your right leg back up to the double knee to chest position and repeat on the other side. Slowly lower your left leg, letting the heel slide out, keeping the right knee tucked in toward your chest. And let your left leg rest, feeling a stretch in the front of the left hip. Keep breathing. And after 30 seconds, use your left hand to lift the left knee back up to double knee to chest and repeat. Slowly lower the right leg, letting the right heel slide on the surface. Keep breathing and hold the stretch for 30 seconds. And then use your right arm to lift the right leg back up and slowly lower the left leg, sliding your left heel until your leg is straight. Keep the right knee in toward your chest, let the left knee relax, and hold this position for 30 seconds while breathing naturally. And then use your left arm to bring your left leg back up. Perform 3 repetitions on each side. And then lower both legs, feet to the surface. The last exercise is side lying quadriceps stretch. Start by lying on your side with your head supported on a pillow or on your arm, however you're most comfortable. Now, keeping the bottom leg bent, reach for your ankle of the top leg. Engage your abdominals and engage your glutes. Now, use your arm to pull the left ankle back, which will pull the knee back and stretch the quadricep muscle all the way up into the hip flexors. Hold this position for about 30 seconds. If that feels like too long, then go ahead and release, shake it out, and come back into the stretch. Now, if that feels good for you and you're ready for more stretch, we'll add a progression. Bring your bottom leg forward and press the bottom ankle on your top knee. In this case, my right ankle goes to my left knee. And gently press your knee back even farther using the heel of the other foot. Again, hold for up to 30 seconds or as long as you feel comfortable. And then lower the bottom heel to the surface and release the stretch of the top leg and shake it out. I'll show you that progression again. Engage the abdominals, engage the glutes in order to tilt your pelvis back. Reach for the ankle and pull your leg back. Also be sure that you're not letting your knee float up in the air like this. Keep your knee aligned with your pelvis and your chest. Now for the progression, I'll add the right heel to the top of my left knee, my left thigh, and I'll gently press back with my right heel. Try to maintain the posterior pelvic tilt throughout the stretch. Hold for 30 seconds. Release the right heel, release the left leg, and shake that out. Perform 2 repetitions on one side and then switch to the other side. I hope you find this information and these exercises helpful for addressing pelvic tilt and correcting your pelvic alignment to help you do the things you love to do every single day. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm able. Here's to your healing, health, and happiness. Have a fantastic day.